frame rate. What the hell? Like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not doing anything to cause you to freaking stutter. Okay, I'm tired of these problems you've been giving me for the past few years. And to be honest, I think it's about time I move on, really. I mean, no, don't talk back. No. Okay? I'm tired of it. You just haven't been cooperating, so I think it's about time both of us move on, okay? I'm sorry. Alright? Hey guys, Yummy here again, and today I thought I'd bring you some gameplay of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 alternating, showing the A91 Carbine. Now, of course, the A91 Carbine hasn't actually changed that much between the two games, and it is a handy-dandy little carbine, just like it was in Battlefield 3, and there are a few factors in its gun stats that make it pretty useful in a variety of situations. Now, when it comes down to it, the stat that pretty much stands out the most about the A91 is the fire rate. Now, it has a fire rate of 800 rounds per minute, and that is definitely up there in the rounds per minute area, making it pretty effective at low range, but not making it completely ineffective at medium and long range. Of course, the carbines and the assault rifles all got a damage nerf in the previous patch, so instead of having a 4-shot kill within 20 or so meters, it is now a 5-shot kill. So just any kind of higher fire rate can really make the difference in any kind of situation. So this is definitely a gun that you would want to use in closer quarter situations. Of course, I'm not using it in that close of quarters situations, except for whenever I move into the hotel on a high-end resort. But it is pretty good at burst firing, considering how low its recoil is. Now, when looking at the A91's recoil pattern, it has an upward recoil of 0.31, a left recoil of 0.35, and a right recoil of 0.35. This is by no means the highest recoil in the world. It's not the lowest either, but it is fairly low when compared to other guns, and it only has a first shot multiplier of 2. So it almost encourages burst firing because of how low the recoil actually is. And I get a lot of use out of the burst firing because High-End Resort has a lot of open areas, and so does Dama Van Peak, especially in the tunnel section. It has a very long lanes, and burst firing really comes in handy whenever you get in those longer range situations. And the lack of recoil on the A91 makes it very easy to take out those targets at increasing ranges. Now, probably only one of the discouraging facts about the A91 is its reload speed. Now, being a bullpup weapon, as is customary with all bullpup weapons, it has a longer reload. With a bullet left in a chamber, it has a reload speed of 2.7 seconds, and that is fairly slow, and that can definitely mean the difference between life and death, especially in a first-person shooter that can be pretty fast-paced like Battlefield 4. And that's not even the worst part. The empty reload speed is 3.3 seconds, and that is one of the longest reload speeds in the game outside of LMGs, of course. That means you definitely do not want to shoot every single bullet in this gun, no matter what you do. Now, I go through the motions a lot, and to be honest, the empty reload animation actually looks pretty awesome. But yes, again, it can mean the difference between life and death. And really, one of the only guns that beats this reload speed in slowness is the FAMAS, and the FAMAS is like abysmal reload speed. Now, back in Battlefield 3, there was some reason to use the A91 over other carbines when you were playing as the engineer class, because of course at that time carbines were exclusive to the engineer class, and the stats of the A91 really separated it from other carbines. But I now find in Battlefield 4 I really don't have any any want to use this over other guns, particularly outside of the engineer class, because of course carbines are universal weapons in Battlefield 4. Any class can use them, but when you come to a class like the assault or the support class, there's no real reason to use it, especially in the assault class. The assault rifles just outperform it in any situation, and in the support class, really you should be playing the support class to play with an LMG to get that bonus in suppression and the increase in bullets. So yeah, I mean, this weapon is really good suppressed, so I guess you could do like a ninja stealth gameplay as the recon class, but yeah, outside of the engineer class, even with its high fire rate and low recoil, I can't really find myself using it that often. No offense to the A91, I think it's a pretty great gun, but in most situations there's just a gun that beats it pretty much. So overall, the A91 is a pretty good little carbine with its fast fire rate and low recoil. And I do understand that it can be very useful in a variety of situations, but to be honest, it's one of my lesser used guns, and it's probably going to remain that way. It's just using the gun. I understand how that it is pretty good, but it's just doesn't usually come off as my cup of tea. So that is the A91 and the opinion I get after using it. You guys may like it more than I do, but yeah, it's just not going to end up being something that I'm going to use that often. So until next time, if you guys like this, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, this is me, Yummy. Goodbye and good hunting.